everybody. Lead Farmer 73 here. On my way to work. I was just thinking yesterday. I was in a pet store. And I was acquiring a new pet and some kibble, if you will. And while I was waiting for them to prep my new pet, I was just sitting back listening to the overhead music. I know this sounds crazy, but just bear with me. I was listening to the overhead music, and it was I can't remember the name of the group. Anyway, all that matters is I just start thinking how soothing this music was, how pleasing it was, and how it took me back to my earlier days and good times, and brought back a lot of good memories. Then I start thinking a little deeper. You know, this new generation will never, ever, ever be able to walk in a grocery store or a pet store or probably any kind of store and just listen to their generational music overhead on the PA. The way the music is right now, you can't listen to it for literally 5 to 10 seconds without something vulgar. I'm not talking about cursing. I'm not even talking about cursing. I'm talking about vulgar. You know, I'm a man. I understand how the body systems work. But to be just straight out the gate vulgar to the moment is not music anymore. It's something else, you know, that you have to pay per view for. I'm watching my words. And I was just like, wow, man. You know, you hear right now, my radio is not turned down because I'm on a video. No, I never listen to the radio anymore. Because even the radio versions, now I guess they've let laws slip where it's okay to say some of this stuff. And you know, I don't feel like explaining half of the stuff I'm listening to my son every 5 seconds and literally trying to make it make sense or trying to clean it up. I find myself, if I'm in the car with my youngest son, little Led, I'm constantly cleaning up somebody else's mess, meaning I'm explaining somebody else's degrading, vulgar, unempowering music constantly. So I just cut the doggone radio off. I got a radio on my motorcycle and in this Mini Cooper right now from the 90s. I kid you not. They have cassette players on them. I don't even care. I will never use it. I never cut them on because I can't take it. So I don't want to make this whole thing drawn out or anything. I just wanted to let people know, and I hope somebody famous ends up watching this video, and I just wanted to, maybe it'll get something across to them. I get what you're trying to do. I understand. But at the same time, with your platform, you kind of got a hint of responsibility. I know you don't think you do, but you do. You do. It's people that look up to you, and I'm going to tell you how I know that is the truth. Because now everybody is shaking their rumps. When everybody was shaking their rumps, now everybody is half naked. When on all the videos was half naked. They only do what they see folks do on TV. Look, all the guys wearing their pants halfway down their butt because they seen it on TV. You're influenced by that stuff. So all I'm saying is every blue moon, look, I get what you're trying to do. I get it. I think. But what I'm saying is, can't you make one or two decent songs or one or two decent videos? You know, even Tupac had some decent songs, you know what I'm saying? Brenda Had a Baby, Dear Mama, I could go on. And even a lot of his songs wasn't just outrageously vulgar. Some cursing, a little violence, you know. But some of the stuff I'm hearing right now, you know, I've been married for almost 30 years, and I look at my wife and blush. I have to cut that off. And I, you know, like, ooh, what did she say? Do to herself? I'm just saying, I just put it into perspective. At first, it starts out as, okay, you making money. Got it. But once you got the money, shouldn't you start trying to make a legacy for yourself? What you leave behind? That's my thought anyway. I'm not nowhere on the scale of those entertainers and actors and stuff like that. And I don't know what goes through their mind. I don't know how the system works, but it just seemed like, okay, you got the platform. Okay, now you got the money. Now you got the fame. Now maybe you should be thinking about your legacy, like what you leaving behind. What are people going to remember you for? For Anaconda? Rump Shaker? Drive-bys? I mean, if you think about it, I know it's a lot of rappers from the 90s right now, when they do get an award, they kind of got to feel a little bit embarrassed. If they have any kind of morals whatsoever, they got to feel a little embarrassed when they accept the award, you know, Dr. Dre for Dre Day, you know, and some of those songs, you getting awards for, you was talking about murdering your homies, and you gotta feel a little embarrassed. You don't hear Dr. Dre playing over the overhead while you walking through the grocery store. You don't hear Snoop Dogg, the old Snoop Dogg, playing over the overhead in the grocery store or in the department store or through the mall. You might hear him in the kiosk, one of the little stations in the mall, but I mean the main PA system, you won't hear them. There's a reason for that. And now, I'm from the 90s. I didn't think it could get any worse. Oh my God. You know? It's worse. So, is that what you want for yourself? Is to have a whole bunch of music, trash music? And when I say trash music, I ain't saying your song is trash. I'm talking about it's expendable. It's done. It's what's the word for it? Single use. You know, once it's done and it's played out, you throw that away. You don't put that up on the shelf. You don't put that up on the shelf and be like, this the jam, okay, it's kind of wearing down. Let's put it on the shelf for now and bring it out at some other older party. The older you get, and maybe it's just me, the older you get, the less you want to hear that. Because if you got kids, you know, you got some explaining to do listening to that music. And if you don't mind your kids listen to half of that stuff, you know, you get what you deserve on that one. If you don't mind your kids hearing some of these artists and what they saying, and then you wonder why they end up doing some violence, or they have a drug problem, or 15 babies with 18 baby daddies. You be wondering, what did you do wrong? Sometimes the answer's right there in the speakers. Cut that music off. You know, now I know why the OGs like my dad and my mom used to play, you know, Shy Lights, Barry White, Teddy Pendergrass, Luther Vandross. I know why. Now, when we went to bed, you know, they did listen to some other stuff. What's his name? Not Black Dynamite. What's his name? Dolomite. You know, I get it. But man, now Dolomite is every day. Now Dolomite ain't nothing compared to what some of these other artists is doing to this day. You know, oh, Dolomite, please. Back in the day, that was provocative. You had to go to special clubs and special places to listen to that. Buy your own personal records. Now, man, it's all over the place. So I'm just a little food for thought. I had to throw something out there while I was on my way to work. Like, golly, man, I can't listen to the radio without wanting to either puke, cut it off, fast forward it, speed it up, turn it down. It's like I can't, you know, I can't have my windows down in another car right next to me listening. Even if I'm interested in listening to some of it, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, you know? You would listen to that and it'd be like, how many, come on, be for real, folks. You know good, or some of the stuff, your face turn up like, ooh. Even if it's interesting, you're like, ooh, how is they gonna, oh, it sound like it hurt. You know, we got to do better than this. We got to do better than this. Listen, I understand art is art. But I think we can make it better. I think we can make it palatable for everybody, or most folks. Because right now, music is only palatable to a very, very small group of people. And we can do better than this. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, that was my story about sitting in the pet store and purchasing a new pet and some kibble and listening to the overhead music, which was soothing. And I'm not going to say the artist's name, but it was Don't Stop Believing. Oh, you know who that is. I ain't going to say the name because I thought of it halfway here. I was like, man, this is some inspiring music. It just made me feel good. Gave me goosebumps, you know? If you listen to the soundtrack of Back to the Future, you'll get goosebumps. If you listen to the soundtrack of the 5 Heartbeats, you'll get goosebumps. You listen to the soundtrack of what is it? The Temptations, you get goosebumps. You listen to some of these new movie soundtracks, you kind of be like, ooh, God, how they let that happen? How they must have let that slide by. The editor must have fell asleep on that one. Goodness. So anyway, let me get to work. You guys put your thoughts about what I'm talking about in the comments. Even if you don't agree with me, let me know your side so I could just understand. Make me understand if you don't agree with what I'm saying, okay? Because I know I'm old and I just don't get it. I used to be young and I used to think my dad and the older folks just didn't get it. Well, explain it to me. Like my dad used to say, look, okay, I don't get it. Well, explain it to me. And it was a lot of times I couldn't. So there you go, you guys. Live Farmer 73. I'm just throwing something out here. Little commute chat real quick, all right? I love you guys. Enjoy your day. I got something special for you. Please hang out. Keep watching. I love you, and I'm out. Make your day productive.